Welcome to Mastia. No faces, just real thoughts. If you're listening to this might be something you need to hear. An audio for the feelings you keep to yourself. This is for the one who always understands. You listen, even when you're tired, even when your heart is heavy, even when something inside you is quietly breaking. You try to see the good in people. You give them the benefit of the doubt. You explain their silence, their distance, their tone. You tell yourself they didn't mean it, that they're overwhelmed, that they're hurting, that they're just doing their best. And maybe they are. But what about you? When was the last time someone tried to understand your feelings without turning them into an argument, without making you feel dramatic, without telling you that you're overthinking, or too emotional, or too much? You've gotten so good at being mature, so good at being patient, so good at being kind, so good at holding everything in that people forget you have feelings too. And maybe you forgot sometimes. You carry everyone else's emotions that they're your responsibility. You soften their words before they reach your heart. You make excuses for pain that still hurts, just in quieter ways. You tell yourself they didn't mean it, they're just stressed. They'll understand someday. But pain doesn't disappear just because it's explained. Hurt doesn't stop hurting just because you were understanding about it. You can be passionate and still be wanted. You can be kind and still need care. You can't be patient and still deserve gentleness in return. Understanding others should not require you to abandon yourself. It should not cost you your voice, your boundaries, your peace. You don't need to explain your pain to someone who refuses to listen. You don't need to shrink your emotion just to keep the peace. You don't need to carry relationship alone just because you're the one who's always strong enough to do it. Strength doesn't mean silence. Maturity doesn't mean swallowing your feelings. Love doesn't mean hurting quietly. Sometimes being strong looks like saying, "This hurt me. This matters to me. I need to be understood too." And maybe you weren't taught how to ask for that. Maybe you learned early that it was easier to understand others than to risk being misunderstood yourself. Maybe you learned that giving the peace felt safer than speaking your truth. Maybe you learned that your feelings were something to manage alone, but your feelings were never meant to be carried in silence. You were never meant to love everyone else at the expense of yourself. If no one has told you this yet, you are not too sensitive. You are not dramatic. You are not asking for too much. You are not wrong for wanting to be heard. Wanting emotional safety is not weakness. Wanting effort is not neediness. Wanting to feel seen is not selfish. It's human. And it's okay. And it's okay to stop being the one who always understands if no one is trying to understand you back. It's okay to step away from conversations where your feelings are minimized. It's okay to choose yourself even when you're used to choosing everyone else first. You deserve relationship where you don't have to explain why something hurts. You deserve love that doesn't make you feel like your emotion are something to apologize for. You deserve space to be soft, to be honest, to be imperfect, to to be real. And if this resonated with you, maybe this was something you needed to hear tonight. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to want more. You are not alone. Until next time, take care of your heart. This was Mastia.